The show Stranger Things is iconic. I'm gonna show you how you can use the same sound design techniques in your videos to instantly hook them and not make them want to look away for a second. Something that always piqued my interest as a video editor was how they transitioned from one scene to the next. A little detail that they continuously did so much with. I'm about to peel back the curtain on their editing process. Let's look how Stranger Things does transition. It's a simple strategy that is far too often overlooked, even though it can make a huge impact on the quality of your videos. Let me put up a scene to show you what I'm talking about. So by this point in the season, the show's building up to the finale. We're deep in the plot of how to stop the villain, Vecna. In this scene, they're building up tension of having to protect the character Max. It's a race against time. And the scene ends on the action of Mike closing the door. And they add a stylized cinematic hit layered under the actual sound effect you would normally hear in real life. And what does this do? This is important because it builds and carries tension to the next scene. This is crucial for pacing and emotion. So if you want to do this in your edit, you can drag and drop a metal hit. After the ending of that gas station scene, it cuts to the house where the main villain is and where one of the characters is in danger. Instead of having to start from the beginning of building the suspense and tension, we use our stylized cinematic sound design to let the audience know there is still a dreadful atmosphere coming on to the next scene. And this is important for your pacing because you don't give your audience a chance to sit back and disconnect. The transition throws you into the next scene while not throwing off any of the buildup they did in the suspenseful scene prior. The audience is always moving forward in the story, and this is how you can apply this to your own story or content. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, if you could please like the video, subscribe, put a lot of effort in these videos to entertain you, and for they're also very valuable. Your own content does what I just mentioned on a very condensed timeline. Let's pick a story. We have a boxer about to fight an opponent, and we don't want to lose the suspense and that exciting energy that we're gonna build up during the training montage to the fight. So what do we do with editing? As an editor, I'm going to tell a very simple story. This character is training and ramping up for his match. I could put something that he had to overcome in order to get ready for the match, but I'm making this with stock footage, so I'm using what I got. So on the editing side, I'm gonna keep coming back to him ramping up these shadow boxing uppercuts. I'm gonna complement that with B-roll of him training and the villain, quotations villain, just random dude, that he's gonna fight in this match. Using sound design, I'm gonna constantly have risers, amping up the emotion, complement each cut with sound. When I finally do get to the boxing match, my goal is not to lose the energy I built up. I'm not gonna start with him walking from his car, opening the door to the gym. I'm using a cinematic sound effect to enter this scene with a suspenseful atmosphere, building up for another payoff. And by doing that, I'm not losing the viewer at any point in time. Now, there are countless ways to edit a scene. I just did it this one way to really highlight what I'm talking about, which is basically doing a good job of building emotion and keeping the audience hooked. We do this by avoiding mistakes of slowing the pacing where the audience can disconnect, decide to move on from the video. We avoid losing the emotion because of a slow transition that doesn't inform us how to feel in the beginning of this scene. If you want to start editing with cinematic sound design, just like pro editors do, then you can use the same sound effects pro editors are using. Check out the link below, and we have an amazing cinematic sound effects pack called Crescendo, where you can easily drag and drop atmospheric sounds, risers, hits, whooshes, and much more. I hope you learned a lesson from a really great TV show to apply it to your own video soon. And since this video revolved around cinematic sound design, you can watch a more in-depth video. Thanks so much for watching the video. Cheers.